When did a child teach you a lesson about maturity? I was 31, working 60 hours a week in advertising, living in this cramped apartment with paper-thin walls. My neighbor was this single mom named Tanya, with her 9-year-old son, Lucas. Every single night, same time, I'd hear it through the wall. Thud, thud, thud. Basketball against our shared wall. Over and over and over. At first, I tried to ignore it. I'd put on headphones, turn up the TV, whatever. But after working 12-hour days, dealing with impossible clients and deadlines, the last thing I wanted was some kid bouncing a ball when I just needed silence. It went on for weeks. Every night around 7, right when I'd finally sit down with dinner, there it was. Thud, thud, thud. Sometimes it would go on for an hour. I'd lie in bed thinking about how inconsiderate some people were, how they just didn't care about anyone else. One particularly rough Thursday, I'd lost a major client because of a stupid typo in a presentation. My boss basically tore me apart in front of the whole team. I came home exhausted, stressed, just wanting to collapse on the couch with some takeout and zone out. 7 o'clock hits, and there it is again. Thud, thud, thud. That's when I finally snapped. I marched over there, didn't even think about knocking politely or introducing myself. Lucas was outside in the little courtyard area between our buildings, dribbling this worn-out basketball. I walked right up to him, no greeting, no hello to his mom who I could see watching through the window. Enough with the noise already, I said, probably louder than I needed to. Some of us have jobs and need quiet time. Find somewhere else to play. Lucas just stopped bouncing the ball and stared at me. He didn't argue, didn't talk back, didn't even look upset. He just picked up his ball, looked down at his shoes, and walked back inside. I felt vindicated. Finally, some peace and quiet. Problem solved. That night, no bouncing. The next night, nothing. I thought I'd handled it perfectly. Adult tells kid to stop being disruptive. Kid listens. Everyone wins. 2 days later, I'm coming home from work and I see Lucas in the hallway by the mailboxes. When he spotted me, he immediately looked down at the floor and mumbled, "Sorry for bothering you. I didn't know I was that annoying." Something about the way he said it stopped me cold. He wasn't being sarcastic or bratty. He sounded genuinely embarrassed, like he'd done something terrible and was ashamed of it. "Hey, are you okay?" I asked, suddenly feeling like maybe I'd missed something important. Lucas shrugged, still not looking at me. "It's just hard to be quiet when I miss my dad and basketball is how we talk." My stomach dropped. I asked what he meant, and it all came tumbling out. His dad had been a college basketball player before Lucas was born. He was deployed overseas with the military, had been gone for 8 months already. They used to play basketball together every single day before he left. When his dad called, which wasn't very often because of the time difference and limited phone access, they'd talk about basketball. Lucas would tell him about practicing his dribbling. His dad would give him tips, share stories about his own games. That bouncing against the wall wasn't just noise. It was Lucas practicing the moves his dad taught him, staying connected to him the only way he knew how. "Mom says I can't bounce it anymore because the neighbor complained," he said quietly. "She says I have to find other ways to think about Dad." I stood there feeling like the worst person alive. Here's this kid, missing his father who's serving our country, using the only connection he has left, and I stomped over there like some entitled jerk demanding silence. The next day, I went to the sporting goods store and bought a brand new foam basketball, the kind that wouldn't make noise against walls. I knocked on their door and apologized to both Tanya and Lucas. I was completely out of line, I told them. I should have talked to you like a neighbor instead of just complaining. I handed Lucas the foam ball and explained that it would let him practice without disturbing anyone. His face lit up, and he immediately started dribbling it on the carpet. No sound at all. But then Lucas said something that stuck with me for years. Grown-ups say sorry with stuff, but it's better when they just mean it. That 9-year-old kid, who had every right to be angry at me for taking away his connection to his dad, found a way to be graceful about it.